Hello, welcome to the African Campus Podcast, brought to you by SIC G.U.C. And you might ask yourself, why African Campus Podcast? This is to help you understand more about Africa. Let's talk about the topics that matter. Let's talk about your mental health, what you go through on campus, what you go through as a student, or as a lecturer when you want to understand your students. Well, on today's episode, we are going to talk about if we should forgive your childhood bullying. And my guests of today, there are two interesting people. We have one person who has made it through life, having stones thrown at her from being Miss Teen Botswana in 2019, all the way to being Miss Botswana in 2024. And I think she is the best person to talk about why we should forgive our childhood bullies, or if we should or not. And on the other hand, we have Mr. Molefi, who is a clinical microbiologist, who is also going to talk about if it's a good thing to forgive or not to forgive. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Anisha Tebogo and Mr. Molefi. But you can introduce yourself, please. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Miss Anisha. Please introduce yourself and how you prefer to be called by people.
Hello world, hello students, hello lecturers, hello everyone. My name is Anisha G.U.C. I am a beautiful girl from Botswana, but raised in literally every part of the country. Let me not talk about all of myself, but yes, I am the former Miss Teen Botswana 2019, represented the country in India, New Delhi, and bagged the first princess internationally in 2019, and went for Miss Botswana in 2023, took the crown in 2024 as Miss Botswana 2024, and represented the country in Hyderabad. It's a very big word. Yeah, in Hyderabad again in India, and a grateful journey, and made it top 40 worldwide and top 10 Africa. Yep.
Wow,
Yeah.
Said Mr. Molefi, please introduce yourself.
Yes, my full name is Lebotsa Molefi from Muchudi. I am a lecturer here at the Gaborone University College. I teach clinical microbiology. I have 20 plus experience in teaching, including University of Botswana. I enjoy, teaching or interacting with students, and then also helping students to try and see if they can, be successful in their lives, as I also pass through. So generally speaking, this is what I am. Yes, and I think I'm the firstborn, and then we're two at our family, myself and my brother. My brother passed away, and then I'm left alone with my parents. So hopefully, I will cling to God so that I can be able to live longer.
Amazing. Now I want to start real, right? Let's talk about this. Have you experienced bullying yourself, whether on campus, pageantry?
I think bullying comes in so many different forms, but I did experience bullying, especially that I lived with my grandma, by the way, and my grandma's a nurse. So she transferred because of work reasons. So wherever she was, I was. So I went from Molefi, Kasani, Khanti, Mahumi, and then eventually when she retired, I came to GAPS. So now, because I'm used to changing schools every 2 years, there is a certain change in environment, and getting used to it is very difficult. So I got a lot of intense bullying from different schools and different kids, especially when you're new, But I think the one bullying that I do remember is in primary, when now we're settling in Gabs. Now my grandma is done, she's retired now, so now I'm in one place. So now I can see the bullying intent, like I could really see it now, because I'm in a place for more than 2-3 years now. I had a lot of bullying, especially because I was small, I was skinny, and I was tall. I was smart, so I got a lot of that in gaps. So like, hey, and
you know the painful part, sorry to cut you off. The painful part is you are a child and other kids are bullying you.
And it's new, like I'm in a new environment. So I feel like it's a win-lose situation, because it helps me adapt and it helps me become more resilient in who I am. As much as somehow it made me feel like, I am an outcast in schools, but somehow it made me build the personality that I have now, because you kind of just adapt to the environment that these people always say something and you let it pass through. So that's the beginning of, I think, a child or most of kids go through at a very young age. And for me personally, you just pass it through at this point. I do see them once in a while in the streets. I'm like, and I think the one thing that I put myself in saying, I'm Miss Botswana now. And you really can't say much. That skinny girl and being who I am is
working for you.
It's working for me. So it didn't go as much to her. And I'm trying to remind everyone else, whether it's a boy child or a girl child, that who you are makes you what you become in the future.
Oh.
So it's okay to...
Oh, I run it back.
It's okay to be thick. It's okay to be skinny. It's okay to be smart. It's okay to understand things differently. So, but...
Okay,
that's
quick question. Did you know you're being bullied when you were young, or as you grew up, that's when you realized, like, no, I was being bullied? When you were in it, did you realize it? Or?
I think when I was in it, I didn't understand exactly what it was. I just understood that I don't feel part of this group. I don't feel part of the school. Like, I felt so left out. I didn't know it as bullying until I think when I was in junior school, and I recognized, these people were really treating me bad, and that's called bullying. So as you grow up, you understand that this isn't right, and as you grow up, you're like, I'm not gonna tolerate this. And it's gonna stop here. I think that's when now my confidence grew, because now I'm not tolerating things that don't align with me. Yeah, so that's when the pageantry came in and boosted me and said, girl, you need to know where you stand. So pageantry was like an anchor to giving me that confidence to understand that who you are makes the future you, and the uniqueness. You don't need to change who you are. You can adapt and improve, but not change. So, especially in pageantry, I mean, at a young age, go pageantry, the first questions are, what would you change about yourself? And a lot of the girls would say, oh no, I need to be smart, I need to be... And when I went through Google, because that's how I got my questions right, I went through ChatGPT as a teenager to understand, okay, when I'm asked this question, what do I want to change about myself? But I don't want to change anything. What do I say? ChatGPT said that sometimes it's not changing you, but adapting you. So it's different. You don't need to change specifically who you are, but adapt to things that you feel like you need to grow. If you feel like you're not as confident as you think you should be, and then that's something you feel you should improve. So that's something you could change. So yeah.
Wow, I love that. So in 2026, it has been recorded that 80% of men suicides result from depression, right? And only 17% talk to therapists, and they talk to a fellow friend and all of that. So I want to find out from a man's perspective, have you ever experienced bullying, or have you ever seen another boy child being bullied when growing up?
Yes, I think myself, the only bullying I can remember is maybe when I was in tertiary institution. I was the only black person in that class, and then the bullying was coming from other, the other is. So it was some kind of bullying, but combined with racism. Okay, yes. But it is like when something you think that probably maybe people are bullying you, you also have to take the opportunity to show them that you know who you are. So basically, it is like in the class, I was, you know, top 5. Yes, yeah. So at the end of the day, there were some group discussions which were allocated, you know, and then people could see also that, you know, whom I am, because some people sometimes they will bully you because really they have not come closer to you to understand who you are. So after sharing with them and then understanding also as far as my contribution in group discussions is concerned, so many people thought probably maybe, you know, this is just an innocent person, you know. So maybe the first year, the bullying was there. But, you know, I graduated in the second year. It was like, you know, they were more accommodative. And then also, and I think another thing is that, you know, when bullying is mostly in primary schools and in secondary schools, where it is like, you know, there's close monitoring of teachers who can see the bullying. But when you're in tertiary education, it's like, you know, independently you can sort your conflicts.
Yes.
You know, yes, the bully, and also the structures are not clear enough that, you know, if you are bullied, what pathways can you take to try and address your bullying issues. So in primary schools, I understand, because also I was the same, like I was kind of tiny, and then you know, the big guys, they were trying to, you know, to show themselves that, you know, physically they can bully us and things like that. But you know, the mechanism which I used, I started to be a good friend to the big guys. So I was the small one, and then those ones were like kind of bouncers to me. Yes, they were protecting me. Yeah, something like that. And I grew up with that throughout. Every time I go to any type of school, I will try by all means to locate those whom I think that physically they are, you know, they have the body, and then I will, you know, be friends to them so that I can protect myself to the others who wants to bully me.
One common thing I'm seeing between the two of you is through bullying you became smarter, you even worked harder. I mean, your previous Miss Botswana, you are doing amazing, you're a lecturer, getting amazing things. And so the question now comes, should we then forgive our childhood bullies? I mean, for one, they got us where we are here. Yeah, but again, like, you get traumatized sometimes where it's a coping mechanism. Now you feel like, oh, I need to be friends with the bigger person. And all of that.
I think what doesn't kill you
makes you stronger.
So, I don't know. It's a very tough question on whether we forgive them or not, because biblically we forgive all those who done us wrong, and then theoretically or psychologically you can't really force anyone to forgive anyone. So it's a tough question, because to forgive someone is to forgive yourself also for allowing yourself to go through that certain type of pain and sadness, and sometimes it's forgiving your past experiences to say I'm healing and moving forward. So I don't know, because also people say forgiveness is also forgetting, but why would you want to forget the process of making who you are now?
Oh wow, that's smart.
It's difficult because you learned that you need to keep a certain group of people to make sure you work smart because of that. But then if you forget that, then you're gonna forget to keep those type of people around, to keep your surroundings safe. So it's pretty tough, eh?
So before I go to you, sir, have you then forgiven someone but without forgetting what they've done to you?
I have forgiven them, and I don't feel any anger or a certain remorse or resentment. I'm just like, I think I just laugh it out, and I don't know if it's part of saying, you know, I've forgiven you, but I'm grateful for the experience you've given me to make me who I am.
Wow, that's deep. What about you, sir? Have you ever, actually, quick question, have you ever thought of maybe you've bullied someone without knowing, or they came to you and said, hey, Mr. Molefi, you bullied me yesterday and I didn't like it, I need an apology?
I don't know, maybe, you know, maybe students. Yes. But this will be in regard to maybe, either submission of assignment or maybe, attending classes. So that, sometimes when we talk to students, sometimes we put some face to show them that, this is a serious issue. But, the other people who have got guts, they can come to me and say that, but say, last time the way you talked to me, and I forgive. I say I apologize if the tone was like that. Yes, but I wanted you to achieve this and this and this, and mostly at the same time, even in class, I will try by all means to engage that person. If there are questions and things like that, I can throw them to her. So to see that are we still fine? Yes. If I can see that they don't have maybe the answer to the question, I will chip in and then probably say that yes, but this is the answer or something like that. So that also I can assist them, not taking the question to another person, but answering for them. So that
that's a good strategy.
It really is.
Sounds like a good lecture. You must come to your classes.
Hey, only your students can speak on that.
Yes, I think so.
So, I want to find out, in your experience, right, which gender bullies? Okay, let me rephrase it. Do men and women bully the same, and which one is harder to recover from?
I don't think I've ever been bullied by the other gender. I don't think I have. I think with me...
Wait, which one is the other gender?
The male gender.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think a lot of the time it's girls that are bullying me. The gossip, the words, you dress like this, you don't dress like this. Especially with social media, I've had my good share of social media bullying, and mostly it was women who criticized what I wore, how I wore it, my makeup, what I did, what I said, and it was mostly women.
What happened to girlhood?
So I don't know. I think it didn't really take a toll on me because I understood people have different opinions and they have the freedom to say them on social media. And I think because I had training at a teenage year, I knew that people will say whatever and whenever they want to, and it's not even my business. If I want to listen to it, sure, I'll do it, because sometimes criticism is important to learn and understand yourself. Sometimes you're like, that's not me. So I got my proper share of it. So I don't think I've ever gotten bullying from men or the male side. If I had, then when I go social media, I can't go on. But it's very difficult for males, and I think they've been very protected of me. They've been like brothers, fathers, and all of that. So I don't think I have. And even if I got it, I think it would be more traumatizing, because then as a man, why are you bullying me? Why are you? What are you gonna say? I think also I've heard a lot of rising gender-based violence, and people should understand there's a difference between gender-based violence and bullying. Obviously, there's where now your emotions are now hurt by men, and I become a role of it too. Please, we're not talking about it. Yes.
You know that bullying, like it's something that happens that affects you psychologically, mentally. It's a scar that it's not physical, that heals. So I want to know, what's your therapy, or what do you do for you to?
I don't know, because I adopted at a very young age. Then when I was 16, I had a lot of comments and judgment from that, who older than me, 60, 70, 40, 50, telling me how to dress and how not to dress. And that's when my team, or the Miss Teen team, took me through what social media is and what goes on social media. So I was never directly influenced by social media because I wasn't managing my social media. So I may have heard it, but I understood that yes, and that people come from different backgrounds. Some people in that backgrounds, they are taught to, I apologize for anyone who feels offended by this, they are taught to praise and praise men, and that men are superior and we are just small, we don't work, and that's the olden days. Nowadays, men and women can do the same job, and we're not belittling men. we're saying we are equal in so many ways, but also we still have much to learn from men as much as men have to learn from women. So if it's important, then I can use it. I feel like I just ignored the noise and listened to what makes sense. So how for me, it's not my business. Yeah.
What about you? Say, what's your take on the therapy? What would you suggest someone uses when they get bullied and they go through depression?
I think if you are going through depression as far as bullying, you should, if you are in an institution like university or the college, you should find a way of sharing the information with the teacher whom you trust, or if there are any mechanisms or pathway mechanisms where you can maybe report or something like that, or somebody or your support system of your friends, tell them that this person gonna, because more especially in tertiary institutions, you find that probably maybe you are dating. I get yes, somebody didn't or when you are trying to propose them, they did not maybe agree with you. So they will be, because bullying is kind of isolation. They will try to isolate you from the friends of their friends. Yes, something like that. So sometimes it's like, you just have to try and then talk to people like, this is my friends, and then probably maybe other friends will talk to that person that, let us have some peace,
which brings the question, when does a regular teasing, competition or criticism cross the line to end up being called bullying? Because at the end of the day, like, people like to tease each other. There's competition as well, right?
Yes.
So where do we then cross the line?
I think the crossing line is, the teasing should have a trend. If there is some element of trend, every time I'm trying to do something, there is this remarks. Then probably maybe that's when maybe you can distinguish between teasing and as well as maybe bullying. Yes, because either somebody can just tease you one day and tomorrow you are okay. So that it's not be defined as bullying. Bullying should be having some kind of a trend.
Okay, I have a fact here. I want to hear what you think.
Okay.
What's your point on it? Bullying is the strongest predictor of PTSD symptoms among university students, stronger even than many other traumatic events, and yet most victims never tell anyone. So what's your take? Do you think bullying causes PTSD more than other traumatic events?
I don't think I get bullying from G.U.C. Honestly, this is the most
I
feel like this is the most common school ever, and it's quite accommodative.
Wow.
So
shout out G.U.C.
So I don't know. I think bullying would lead to PTSD. Because you go through a lot of emotions, and because we're different people, we take we don't, or like I would not bully, I would criticize you, I would make a joke and you'd laugh about it, and then when I criticize or make a joke and it's gonna dig deep and it's gonna hurt her and she's gonna think, oh, that girl is bullying me, she's always making this remarks, can't think now, I'm just playing with her personal, I'm just passing by, and so I don't know, honestly, but I think it would because if she is emotionally hurt and triggered, it could lead to PTSD. Yeah.
Does forgiveness look different with you? Like, for example, let's say a bully who bullied you back then comes and says, listen, I realize now that I bullied you back then. Please forgive me. Does it change a bit? Would you forgive them now, or you just say, hey, I forgive you, but I'm not going to forget what you did? What?
Yeah, if somebody comes, I mean, sometimes also
Yeah.
we should know that, more especially if you are also holding your grip as far as, God is concerned. Yeah, so sometimes it's like, if other people, they've historically maybe, bullied you and they come to you and they say that they have, can you forgive them? Yeah, you should be able to be open enough and say that, things have passed. You see, their lives also, maybe they've passed. They've learned from that, So, but you can't forget that they've bullied you. Yes, but forgiving, I think it is a good thing for somebody. Also, it is good for you physiologically. Otherwise, if you hold things like not forgiving, then sometimes also you can have issues about high blood pressure or other issues. Medically also they'll be there. So you want to try and then live in peace and in harmony with others, even though they have wronged you at a certain point.
I mean, I think a lot of people let me say a lot of people misunderstand between forgiving and forgetting, because I might say I forgave you, but the fact that I still remember the hurt you did to me, doesn't that count as I still haven't forgiven you?
Actually,
what's the difference?
No, it is very difficult to forget because things, they go to the long-term memory.
So
as far as life is concerned,
so now how do I then forgive I still?
No, you can remember that you have been bullied by this guy. But things have passed, or time has passed. So it is very difficult to take them, together and say that, if you forgive, you should forget. Because forgiving normally is from the heart. And then, forgetting, it's like, in the medulla, it's psychological. It's like
I think
something which is there.
I had a certain question in a podcast. In the podcast, they were saying that, when I forgave you, it meant I stopped hating you, I stopped resenting you. So it's now, I'm not going to resent you for what you did, but I remember what you did. So you can remember good memories, and you can't have them there now because they're memories. So you can't resent something that's gone. Wisdom counts also.
Again, remember when I'm remembering what you did to me, the feelings come back again. I cried because of you, which then brings back the hurt.
The hurt. So
yes, but when an issue maturity, development, yes, so that you have, of course, somebody has hurt you before, but you have outgrown that, yes, and then you can be able to say, now I forgive you, because there are many people who are married, but at a certain point they were having some conflicts. But can we say that in that marriage, if I've done you wrong at maybe 10 years ago, but you are my wife or my husband now, I should have that type of mentality. No, I've forgiven you and then fall in love with you and, marry you. So something like that.
And then also,
you can't forgive.
There's something that a lot of people do. When there's something that hurts you, and then you forgive them, it also doesn't mean allow them in your space. It's your choice, personally. You can keep them in your space, you cannot. But it's for your safety. If you feel like they are still that person, forgive them, let it go.
I mean, there are also some psychologists who also say forcing a victim to forgive is harm on itself.
True.
So it's a tricky one. Tell us in the comment section what you think. We actually have other people who are giving us their point of view on whether you should forgive a childhood bully.
Let me say, I have a point actually, I just thought of it now.
Yeah.
We are not perfect. Are you saying as a person, because I've done mistakes, I can because now forgive others for I have forgiven you. It's a word in the Bible.
No, as a Christian, remember you also have the values you you go to, you know what I mean?
you look
But
into.
but a lot of people are different. So
How deep was it? How deep was the pain?
You know?
But okay, no thanks. Eh?
So ladies and gentlemen, actually, our fact checker, can you read the messages from our people here?
We're live.
Okay, so
I mean,
I don't know.
well, while they're waiting to read the
Comments. Yes.
the comments, I actually have a question for you.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember the past Miss World that happened in, was it Mexico or Thailand, where the judge went and criticized one of the ladies there?
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yes.
Yes. What's your take on that whole situation?
I didn't get exactly what happened. I think the stories were just clashing because you know how social media, there's so much stories that are happening. So I never got the clear story of what actually happened. But personally, I feel like honestly no one could say do that because I feel it's comfortable for me. If it's not comfortable for me, I'm not going to do it. I will not do it. And I think that's where we forget in pageantry that, you know, we're on a platform where we're advertising our country. And we're not, as much as we're in, let's say I'm in Thailand and I'm there for Botswana.
Yeah.
So this guy comes in and says, oh, this is a Thailand product, please advertise it. And I'm saying, I'm not comfortable with doing this. Can you give me another option? But then you forcefully do it and then I won't do it. Because what if my country is against that?
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened. If in the coordinator or whatever, because the rules and regulations are different.
They're different.
Yeah. So I don't. But I would never be bullied personally.
Yeah.
You never force me to do something that I'm not comfortable with until we find something that we're both comfortable with. Otherwise, we're not doing that.
But what about in a situation where you are representing your country, right? And then your country people tell you, like, listen, when I'm out there, we want you to do A, B, C, and D. Because now that's pressure again. They say you're doing it for your country.
That is pressure. I think, I don't know. I don't want to say, okay, let me say I had my share of how people wanted me to dress for Miss World. How people wanted to do my makeup, how it should look, how my hair should have done, and you know, you'd pick what do you think is comfortable for me. And there was an interview that asked me what made you do what you wanted to do. I was like, what's comfortable for me is what Botswana are going to be comfortable with. Full stop.
I love that.
If you're not comfortable with it, that's okay. That's okay. And I'll say, because I'm a Motswana child, I will do me as a Motswana child. And what I do will say, this is a Motswana. We were born and raised in different parts of Botswana, it's okay. But what I do, because it's Botswana, we will say, Anisha from Botswana did this.
Yes.
No matter what I did, no matter what I wore, no matter what you said I should wear, no one is going to see that. People who saw what I wore thought Anisha from Miss Botswana wore that. So I did what I felt was comfortable for me. So till now, people saw my dresses, they go Botswana. Whether they liked it or not, still I'm the girl from Botswana. So doing me meant representing Botswana. So I was authentic to me. And that is Botswana.
I love that for you. I love that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, while seeing the comments coming in, we're going to ask our lovely lady to say some of your comments, your opinions.
My opinion, yes, we should forgive childhood bullies. That's from one student, G.U.C student. As someone who has seen both sides of this, I believe forgiveness is not about letting them off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the pain they caused. Holding into that anger only has you more in the long run.
True.
That said, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing the peace over their action.
That's actually an interesting one because think about it, like what you were saying, both of you, you were saying, Hurry, if I then let go, now growing up, you then go with, okay, listen, now I'm doing this for me. Let me leave what these people are saying. And I love that.
Yeah.
Ha buena, it's on kopoteng. O kila bona ha ngwana wa. Go ha sna go wa ithotelo to be go tuira. O dira la hat. So wa hola. So obviously when you fall, you're going to remember how you fell, but are you going to hold the world?
No, you stand up.
You stand up and move on.
Yeah.
Right. And the other student said, it depends. As a Christian and someone who was bullied, I'll explain. I was bullied as a child, teased for being quiet, left out a lot. For years, it was stuck with me. Made me doubt myself, made me build walls. So I get it. And I say, no, I'll take the no side completely. Some wounds run deep and just forgive feels dismissive. But as a Christian, I've learned forgiveness isn't letting them go. Ephesians 4 verse 31 to 32. Get rid of all bitterness. Be kind and compassionate. Forgiving each other. Forgiveness didn't mean pretending. It didn't hurt or letting them back in. It meant I stopped letting their words run in my life today. So I say, forgive but with boundaries. I forgive the kids who bullied me, so I could be free. I didn't forget the lesson. Some people I forgave from a distance. Others I reconciled with them. You can read my name on air, Malta.
Oh, shout out to you. I mean, yeah. Forgive but with boundaries.
And the other comment from G.U.C students. Yes, I chose to forgive my childhood bullies. God's word teaches us to forgive as He has forgiven us. In Ephesians 4 verse 32. While the memories may remain, I refuse to carry bitterness in my heart. Forgiveness does not justify the hurt. It frees my spirit and allows God's peace to reign within me. As Christ showed mercy, I also extend mercy, trusting God to heal every wound and use my past for His glory. That is the comments from G.U.C students.
That's it.
Yeah, because I just wanted to chip in and say that also as far as forgiving, it's not some kind of an event, it's a process. So even if I forgive you now, it's not like 100% I've forgiven you. So, it will go, as time goes by, exponentially and things like that until maybe I reach that maximum where I say that now I have forgiven you. Yes, so it is kind of a process which, it depends on individual, the length of time it takes.
Oh, wow. I actually have a question, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Most of the people who commented, they are ladies, right? So I have a question because a lot of campaigns are aimed at women and girls. Do you think we're forgetting the boy child and teaching him how to heal or how they can carry themselves when certain things come? Like, because again, I remember there's GBV and all of that, and most of the times they say it's men. So are we then forgetting the boy child?
I think we are forgetting the boy child, in many cases. So in the issues of bullying, I don't know what the researchers are saying, but hella from the surface or publicly hella information, we can see that the bullying comes from more especially in the male side, from the boys. And then bullying also sometimes is exacerbated in the boys' side by substance abuse. You understand? Yeah, substance abuse, of course, nowadays of equality, it is found in both genders. But for the most part, it is found in boys. In such a way that, when they have taken their substances and then also, sometimes just a small tease, they can take it as build an anthill and make it a mountain.
I mean, to begin with, in the African culture, let's be honest, a boy is not allowed to speak his feelings, is not allowed to be vulnerable, he's not allowed to even cry. Hey.
Which is very hurtful. Because, we forget that men or boys are also human beings, they have emotions. And good at that, disregarded in terms of emotions. And then I feel like that's why a lot of young men run to drugs and substance abuse or different ways of just finding a way to push the emotions into it, because they're not allowed to feel and they're not allowed to have emotions. These words are very brutal. And then they're just as human as we are, and hey.
And the interaction between even in a household, the interaction of a daughter and a mother is kind of more rude compared maybe to the interaction between the father and the son. It's like, the rough things will make you, a man, something like that. You'll see for yourself kind of attitude between a man and a son and a father.
But say, please be honest. Right now, you are men in your family.
Yes.
Just the two of you left. Right now, if your younger brother was to come, or your son comes to you and cries like, "Oh, Papa, I was dating this lady, like, how are you going to react to that? Or if he comes and says, "Oh no, I was bullied,"
and the boys hit me.
Nowadays it's a different setup. If a child comes, my child comes and say that he was bullied at school, I'm going there to the school, to the management to call that student who bullied my child, and then also for them to call their parents, and then we sit here and then we try to establish the cause of why that child is bullied in the school, so that we can. Yes, what we are saying is that it used to be, but things are changing.
They're changing. Back in the days, maybe.
Back in the days, we were told that go back and then fight for yourself.
Not to take you back, people. I want to understand, what is your definition of bullying? If somebody says to me, I no longer want you to go home and say that girl is bullying me, what is bullying according to you, Anisha?
Bullying is an emotional, a physical, but that's emotional and physical type of abuse in terms of how are you talking to me? Do I like it, or is it offensive, or is it vulgar? And then it could be also abusive in physically. Are you beating me? Are you pinching me? Are you trapping me? That's bullying. But I think also now you're kind of giving me a side of how do you compare bullying and gender-based violence? Because now I'm like, okay, bullying might lead to what we call gender-based violence now, because bullying is what we experience at a very young age. We call it bullying. As we get older, I think it transitions to saying this is normal bullying. You're violating my rights as a human being. You're not supposed to speak to me this way. You're not supposed to be touching me this way. You're not supposed to be somehow inflicting pain to me this way.
I think another thing that might help us answer that. Can you guys explain the feeling you feel when you are being bullied, as compared to just jokes or banter and
you
stuff?
You feel a lot more like you're not in. You're left out, you're
isolated.
You're isolated from people, because now the bully makes you want to isolate and just be there alone because you're not comfortable in that space emotionally or physically because that person is not making you comfortable. You isolate. So that's the feeling that comes in, and then later you feel the pain of why is this person treating me like this? What wrong did I do? So I think that's where now, as a girl child, you feel.
Here's another question for the people at home. I know someone is thinking it. Is manipulation and gaslighting considered bullying?
Yes.
So,
yes. Yes, it is. Because you know what manipulation is? Someone is trying to divert what you're telling them, or you're
the problem.
Yeah, you're the problem. Yeah, so you're hurting me. I'm telling you what I feel, and you can't translate to you what you feel now. So I take it as bullying.
Yes, manipulation, I think it's bullying too.
Bullying,
yes,
direct
sure.
and personal.
Because it's like, it's greedy kind of. You want to try and then, when something is like it is, you are the person who's supposed to be blamed. Now you are turning around and taking the blame to the person who is accusing you.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the final question of the day, if you were to design an anti-bullying campaign, how would you do it? Let's say for university students, what would you include in the learning program or whatever it is? How would you design it? Yeah.
In an institution, yes. How do you? I think or in an institution, for the most institutions, they will have kind of guidelines as you come maybe for day one in the school, which includes how to protect yourself from bullying, how to protect yourself from maybe sexual harassment, things like that. So, and also, you can have a forum, during orientation, where somebody who can come and then speak to the students as far as bullying is concerned, and maybe choose other people who have been bullied before, so that they can give them that direct experience of bullying, so that people can understand, more especially in tertiary institutions. Sometimes in primary schools and secondary schools, bullying, people think that, this is just a process, this is something, it's a life which I'm supposed to go through. But at tertiary institutions, bullying also, affects academic performance. Sometimes you are in the teacher, they choose you to go to a group, but there are some people who have bullied you there. So even your contribution into that group becomes difficult. So your academic performance is kind of compromised, and then at the end of the day, really, you don't use you don't excel as you are supposed to, or your success.
I think also something to add on to what he said. Bullying comes from, I'm going back to the person now that's bullying. Sometimes how my close.
Yeah.
And sometimes this person is not informed of what they're saying is wrong, or even when they are informed, to them it doesn't seem wrong because it's something they've been going through. So to them it's normal. So I think a lot of guidance psychologically and emotionally comes to now, do we need to come back to this bully and say we have programs that are here, go guidance and counseling in every institution. We need to take this person and say, okay, fine, this is an institution that's going to help you understand that a certain thing you're doing is wrong. It's the same way I feel like older people, when they went through a lot of violence or the environment that they were in, to them, and you need to make these rules and regulations in schools to say, no. To say this, no, it's not right, it's wrong. So I think it's just having those rules and regulations to just minimize and try to accommodate everyone else, because sometimes so sometimes it is something that people are not aware of, because so you can sometimes blame a
this question goes to Sam. Since I'm on management team, I get
Yeah.
So I want to understand more like, do you guys take this case serious? Have a long complaint now? Go management think of I'm experiencing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What steps do you guys take?
No, yes, yeah. I think there are steps which should be taken. I can remember there should be also a hierarchy in the school.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the student might not be comfortable to come and tell the teacher, or yes, somebody is bullying me. Yes, so we have the counseling, kind of office where we can advise the students to go there and then maybe explain to the counselor the issues and things like that.
And the only reason why for SRC to be there is for
yes, the SRC also is very important. Yeah, so that the management of SRC also can be able, because SRC and the management, they are twins in managing the school. Yes, they have the kind of equal responsibility to make the school to be conducive for the students. So I think the SRC also, I don't know, the minister of what should be responsible to say that, as far as bullying, people can maybe report to this minister or whatever it is. Then the minister can discuss this in their cabinet and say that the bullying trend of the institution is rising. So can we be able to try and then see how we can put interventions?
So basically, you guys take it very seriously. You don't take it lightly.
Yes, also the issues that it depends on the level of bullying. Okay, yes. If it is bullying, like probably maybe these people are not giving me opportunity also to speak or whatever it is, then sometimes you can start it at the group level. And then if you see that this is a serious issue, because the students also should be able to report as soon as possible. Yeah, not to leave something at the end, because others, they will be coming and say that I am bullied. And then when you trace back, they are owing somebody some money. You understand?
Sure.
They've taken loans, so it's at the interest, but they are failing to pay. So the bullying kind of comes there. And then they come and report thinking that because they came first to report, maybe they are the ones who might be vindicated in the issue. So you call all of them and understand the issue, and then if it is an issue which you need to take it further, then you can take it to the management to try and then sort it out. So there are different forms of bullying.
Wow. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Ladies, we need to do better. We can't bash each other out there when we are ladies. We understand what we go through together. We need to be one. And so we initially, right, the African Campus Podcast, we say something interesting about a country. So before we leave, I just want you to describe Botswana in one word. Okay, no, in a statement, yeah. One word or a statement.
My Botswana, my pride.
Crickets.
And I get a fatty little. But yeah, my Botswana, my pride. I think it's a statement I took from this team. Story of my life. Botswana and this team on stage. Not what is pride. So I've taken it before, and the weirdest thing that came to my mind was, with the statement to Saspa. Get almost staging as a teenager. But anyway.
Yes, my Botswana, my life.
That's lovely.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like you guys are saying PR answers, to be honest. You're just saying.
My Botswana, my
No, my Botswana is my life. Yes, yeah, sure. I'll stay here and then,
I love
born
that.
And then.
But what would you say about your country? Passing it to you.
I mean, I just know that since we're talking about Botswana is a diamond. It produces diamonds. It's one of the greatest. Oh, did you actually know that diamonds are one of the strongest stones? So Botswana is strong. It's the pain,
Yeah.
All right.
With that being said, thank you so much for joining.
You for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Anisha and Mr. Molefi. And your host, Stasis. Please follow me on my social media platform at Stasis BW. Thank you so much.
Thank you.